Hello. Today, I have a question for you. Before that, I want to welcome you to Mondays with Maureen. My question is to you. Have you felt so desperate that you contemplated suicide? I did. I had another bowel obstruction, probably my fifth in my lifetime. And I went to ER where I connected with some physicians, some nurses. They were so overwhelmed with people, they didn't have time to spend with me. And I felt I was treated abruptly. I was given so much painkillers that by the time I got home, I could barely walk up my sidewalk to my bedroom. It was a hard transition. I had lots of pain. And at that moment, I thought, I'm done. I want to give up. I don't want to do this anymore. And I truly did contemplate suicide. They'd sent me home with more morphine pills. And I thought that would be the best way out because I'm done fighting. I'm done trying to convince people that there's a better way, that things can change, that, please listen, let's move forward, let's learn to love each other, accept and not judge each other. I was just done. However, within about 10 minutes of considering that, the people that helped me change my perspective and brought me out was the thought of my children. And as soon as I thought of them, I thought, oh my goodness, I can't leave. They can't have mom be gone because of what I've chosen to do. And then, of course, there was my husband. And I realized that he doesn't deserve this either. What I came to recognize in that moment was life is worth living. And I went to sleep. A couple of days later, I came out of that fog. What I've also recognized from that is that when your bowels aren't working, the motility, the movement, or the lack thereof, or an obstruction or constipation, it doesn't produce the necessary hormones of serotonin, dopamine, and GABA. These hormones are essential to help us with cognition and mood. I went into such a deep depression, and again, for the first time in my life, contemplated suicide. Coming out of that fog, because I had lots of brain fog, I realized that something physically had truly occurred in my body that brought me to that level of not knowing what to do. And I've got some information here. I write to release my emotions. I write to understand them, and I write to create gratitude and understanding of my circumstances. And I would love to read that to you today. I feel so blessed to have had the opportunity to co-parent our children, and that means co-parenting with my husband and their father. So blessed to have watched them grow into adults who are resilient, independent, and heart-centered. As a mom, I believe that truly exists for them. I've experienced all I have to have learned how to stand up for myself and have conviction, to live in my truth, which I'm sharing with you today, and to be brave enough to speak it. To know I will be taking more knowledge with me than I will have left behind. To know that I experienced in life, everything that I've experienced in life have all been lessons well learned. And to realize the generation I leave behind will be healthier, happier, and much more successful in their lives than I was, which means that they have a better understanding of themselves and the world at a much younger age than I did. To have changed the landscape of rare disorders, founding the Canadian Organization for Rare Disorders, I leave that legacy behind. To have truly learned to unconditionally love myself, which showed me how to unconditionally love others without judgment. To learn how to listen from my heart. Ask questions to learn more and gain an understanding, to learn how to walk my talk. Take accountability whenever the universe showed me how to. Take responsibility for my actions and my words, and I'm doing that today. Share my gift of insight with the world, to no longer ask why I'm experiencing this, to learn the many lessons from the physical and emotional pain I experienced and endured. For in this I have gained so much. I have lived long enough to see wrinkles, age spots, and saggy skin. For this I am grateful. I have lived on this earth for 6 decades. I have unconditional freedom as a child and as an adult to pursue my dream of making the world a better place for those who are affected by illnesses, physically and emotionally. For this freedom, I thank my dad and all those who fought in World War II. So we live in a free country. They gave up their lives physically and emotionally so generations after them could experience the freedom they fought for. I may not have experienced the violence of war. I did live in trauma of a World War II vet and with a mom who experienced physical and emotional trauma as a young girl and teenager. I was very sensitive to these generations of trauma. As a result, I experienced a lifetime of physical and emotional pain. Only later in life did I truly recognize where it came from. I began to understand the path I must follow to overcome when I was half a century old. It was a true awakening. It is my hope for you to understand and learn your whys before you experience physical and emotional pain, that you overcome before you're 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. My wish for you is to truly experience the amazing possibilities of a healthy, heart-centered life from the moment you were born. From my heart to yours.